Dearest gentle listeners, Lady Whistledown is watching. So grab your masks, your tea, and your emotional support snacks, because Bridgerton is back.
Woohoo! Welcome to the Rom-Com Rescue Podcast, a brand new podcast where we bring the love and life lessons from your favorite rom-coms. I'm Kira Sabin. I'm a healthy dating educator, a certified coach, and a positive psychology practitioner. But more importantly, I spend my days teaching the skills and mindsets of dating.
And I'm Dr. Isabel Morley. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist and an EFT certified couples therapist. And I help couples have the happiest, healthiest relationship possible. Join us weekly as we break down the best love lessons from your favorite rom-coms so we can all get into the best relationships possible. Because we believe that we create our own happily ever afters.
That's right, everybody. This is our Super Bowl. It is officially Bridgerton season, and this year we're going to do something different. That's right. We're not doing 1 or 2 episodes about it. We are doing a full Bridgerton 6-week event.
This means weekly episodes all through February.
And then a live finale with us that you can attend in costume if you want to in March with our own Bridgerton afternoon tea, where we're going to talk about all things Bridgerton together.
So excited. We're going to be talking about what we absolutely love about this show, what keeps us so hooked into every episode and season, the relationship dynamics that we can't stop watching, where the romance stories actually help, and sometimes where they quietly trip us up.
And today, as part of our Super Bowl, is the pre-game episode. Bridgerton actually comes out tomorrow. Oh my God, gonna happen. And we wanted to talk about what we're excited about, why we love Bridgerton, what we're looking forward to, what we're hoping to see, and you get to join us for all of it.
And so, dearest listeners, whether you're a casual viewer or fully committed to the fantasy,
welcome to Bridgerton Central. Oh my gosh, guys, we are so fucking excited. Welcome to Bridgerton Season 4. This is our pre-game episode, and we could not be more excited. So not only are we talking Bridgerton for a couple of episodes, we're actually going to do this for a whole month because part 1 comes out tomorrow. Part 2 comes out at the end of February, and then we're going to discuss it in full in the beginning of March. So we are not fucking around here whatsoever. We've also created on Instagram and on our site, Bridgerton Central, where you can find our past episodes for season 3 and Queen Charlotte, as well as just get the full Bridgerton month experience.
And Bridgerton month. What does this mean? We are so excited for our weekly podcast episode. We are going to do Instagram polls that include voting so everybody can weigh in on all of their thoughts and feelings, of which there will be many. There'll be trivia, bingo, there'll be some games, and
Q&A and hot takes. So we want to hear from you. We've never done this before, but we want to hear your questions. What's coming up for you? I mean, we got 8 hours of Bridgerton content coming up, right? I'm sure you guys have thoughts. I'm sure you have questions, and maybe you have a relationship question that you're like, what do you guys think about this? That's what we're doing here. This is not, we didn't want to do just one episode and we talk about it and then we move on. We've decided to really do a deep dive into Bridgerton season 4, take apart like the different love lessons and different relationships, because there's so many relationships and some different storylines this time. We want you to watch and listen and react and play along with us. So this is the first time we've really done something interactive, but we're excited about it. So let's talk a little bit about what episodes are going to be like. Yeah.
Let's talk about the schedule. Okay, so obviously today we are doing our pregame episode, getting all set up for this next season of Bridgerton and also looking back at some past things. Very excited for today. After that, next week, February 4th, we are doing our biggest love lessons from Bridgerton season 4 so far. So we will have the first batch of episodes to work with. As people probably know, they release them in 2 batches. So we're going to tackle the first batch and look at what are the love lessons that are coming up just from these top 4 episodes that we have. We're going to look at the romantic moments that are really affirming and meaningful and beautiful and healthy. we're going to look about what Bridgerton is getting right about desire, lust, longing, and pursuit, which it does very well. We see it really
sure does
capture that feeling incredibly well. And then we're going to also talk about where emotional payoff feels very earned.
It does. And the second one we're going to do is we're going to be really deep diving into our expertise, and we're going to be talking about attachment styles. Who is anxious, who is avoidant, and how that shows up and how that can either connect or disconnect us.
Episode 3, this might be the most fun one. I don't know. We are going to rank.
I think so.
This is really fun.
I think it is.
We're going to rank all of the Bridgerton couples from the healthiest to the most chaotic. And
yes.
So I rewatched the first 3 seasons in anticipation of all of this, and Bridgerton Central.
Really?
Yes.
You're amazing. Oh my God. Oh, wow. Okay.
I gotta tell you, it is going to be hard to rank these couples, but we are going to look at what couples have like a beautiful, healthy attachment and mutuality versus they're just very intense and passionate and chaotic state.
Right.
And we're going to really look at why intensity and chemistry is very often mistaken for compatibility. And I'll put a little note here. We see Violet, the Bridgerton mom, make this mistake and force it upon her children over and over every single season. So it's really important for people to know the difference between passion and chemistry and actual long-term compatibility and connection.
Violet Bridgerton and her love matches. Her and her love matches. It's hilarious because I did rewatch season 3, not season 1 and 2, but it is interesting to me thinking about even 1 to 2 to 3, and then with Queen Charlotte in there. I think each year feels like it gets maybe a little bit healthier. I feel like each one gets a little bit more thoughtful towards the relationships and the romance. Right. I'm not even going to tell who my favorite is yet, because we're even going to be talking about some of the outside couples and things like stories. That. I feel like you and I may be matching on the most chaotic. We may be. Like, I think that's very possible.
I think we probably are the healthiest. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know if I know what that's going to be yet. And then, honestly, the last one we're going to do on February 25th, the moment romance stories, they either help us or hurt us. We are seeing a resurgence in not only rom-coms, but romance novels, romance series, a lot of fantasy, and let me tell you, as a rom-com lover, I love that shit. I know that you are a fairy smut lover. I know that you know what I mean?
Romantasy, okay?
Oh, sorry.
It's called romantasy.
See, but there is a point when we have to think about the 6'5" Viking who saves you in the story versus real life love relationships that are good and hard and exciting and boring and everything in between. And when fantasy begins to create unhelpful expectations, because if we start thinking, when I read this book or when I watch this very well written, created TV show and I feel all the feelings, and then I go on a normal 1-hour date with somebody and feel none of those feelings, that can be right. That's giving us misinformation. And then how to enjoy romance without confusing it with real life and what real life relationships are. I'm here on the other side of marriage to say that I prefer this love that I have to any of the exciting and romantic love of that first year. Like, that also came with attachment styles and power struggles and push and pull and tears and craziness from me. I love how, like, I'm now in this really beautiful and healthy relationship, but I am the example of growth. I am the example of working on yourself. Yep, absolutely, because I was ridiculous. And finally, we have, of course, what I'm excited about, because this will be our first live event. It'll be online. Yeah, our live finale.
God. We're so
Tell
excited.
Tell us about the Bridgerton afternoon tea.
We are going to get together dressed up appropriately. I'm going to have actual tea. I hope you will as well. I probably will make biscotti or scones just to really
Oh, no. Oh, I haven't even thought
right?
ahead that much.
Little
I haven't even thought
cucumber
ahead
cream
that.
cheese sandwiches.
Oh, I love cucumber sandwiches.
That'd
I
be
was
so
really made
good.
for afternoon teas,
This is
man.
maybe like our time to
Right?
shine. We are going to do a legit afternoon tea live with anyone who wants to join us. And costumes are incredibly encouraged.
And then we're also going to be doing some polls and emoji voting, group reactions, and giveaways, guys. We're going to get some really cool Bridgerton gifts throughout the season and give them away in surprise giveaways and trivia, and even a bingo, which will be coming this week. You may have seen a lot of Bridgerton bingos. This is going to be focused on relationships, and it's going to be really fun. And then we're also doing a couple of things in between the episodes.
Kira, how do we have time for all of this? I'm so excited.
Who knows?
But Super Bowl, we all show up for Super Bowl. So that's what
We
we're
do.
doing. That's
We
the
absolutely
way that it
do.
is.
Yes.
So throughout the month, in tandem with all of this, we want people to share their thoughts, ask us questions, ask us what we think about an interaction or what someone said. We want to know, we want to answer it for you on the podcast. So head over to romcomrescue.com, our website, to leave a voicemail or slide into our DMs on Instagram and let us know all of your thoughts and feelings and questions.
Yeah. So there's this cool little thing called SpeakPipe, and you actually can go onto our site and push record and leave us a voicemail that, with your permission, we may put onto the podcast episode if you guys are okay with that. But go ahead and ask us questions, share your hot takes. What do you think is going to happen in the second half? Plus the Instagram. That is the other place where everything is. And we're literally going to be posting silly reels, carousels, hot takes on our Bridgerton Instagram daily. It's the cool place to be. I don't know if that's true, but it seems like it is. It seems like it is. Let's talk about what we're excited about this season. Benedict is our favorite Bridgerton brother,
Benedict.
right? And it's funny. You and I don't necessarily ever go for the same type of person.
Never.
Due to our attachment styles, everybody. So the fact that we both love Benedict, he is like an overlap, right?
Yes.
In both of us, which is hilarious.
And that's what it is, though. We don't know enough about him to know is he going to trend anxious and try to pursue very strongly. We haven't seen that from him, really. Is he going to be avoidant and just be fine walking away from somebody? Is he going to?
That's what he screams to me.
Really?
Because, yeah. So I do want to say I have listed here all of Benedict's past partners so far, because people might have forgotten. And I do want to point out all of them were secret relationships. None of them were in public. None of them were out in society. So that's when I thought about it, I was like, that is interesting. So we first see him with Genevieve Madame Delacroix, who is, of course, the modiste who makes the dresses. And that was his first on-screen relationship. We also see in that season, he meets his professor's wife, because there's like orgies going on, right? So Lucy Granville, so she's an artist in an open marriage. They're together. Then we see a kind of more significant relationship, Tilly Arnold in season 3, who is a wealthy widow and just captured him. But then when given a chance to get closer, he said no. And then also with that dynamic, we saw our first LGBTQ outside of Queen Charlotte, and he was with Paul Suarez, which was part of the kind of threesome with Lady Arnold. Right?
We don't see him like so many of his brothers and all the other rakes of every season, as they call themselves. But we see him engaging in more meaningful, connected, recurring sexual relationships with people that he won't actually ever be with.
Absolutely.
Because he has no interest, because they have no interest. So he's definitely playing it safe, like an avoidant might.
Sort of like an avoidant might.
Where there's no risk of being in a relationship.
I think that Benedict, and why we love him, to me, he's like kind of this happy-go-lucky wanderer, right? Yeah. I wrote down here he's been poking his way around the time for years.
If you haven't gone and watched these on YouTube, go watch, because you have to see the motion that Kira just made with her hands. It is so coarse.
Oh my God. It's so coarse. Oh my God. I feel like my grandma Edna is probably rolling over in her grave. But I think that we've never actually seen him get serious about anybody or anything. And when we do, it's always like that first season. I feel like with Madame Delacroix, he was in that, but I think he was in that because it really couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And so I think that they're all rakes, they're all cads. To be a rich man in the early 1800s in the ton who has money and then to be the second, so you have no responsibilities. It's a good gig. Not so great for the women, but he also feels a little lost to me. Right?
He even says at some points that he's like wandering, he's pursuing
art.
He's aimless. He's not mad about it, but yeah, like where is he going in life? Nobody knows.
He doesn't seem to have a ton of just passions besides
or emotional depth. He's like fun.
Right.
Benedict is fun.
So, I mean, to me, what might be interesting to both you and I is just the fact that we don't know a ton. He's just this easy, fun, loving, he's there with Eloise making comments on the side type of thing. But we never get to really see him vulnerable. We never get to see him that connected with anybody he pursues or is interested. And then it just kind of, well, yes, but no, right? Yeah. Like, we can't really do this. And, you know, I want to see him care. I want to see him give a shit.
Yeah, I want to see his heart get crushed.
It's so silly in my head that Colin like found someone before Benedict did, just because of, I don't know, for all of the reasons, but you know,
he felt
they really like
too. He was like off traveling and finding himself, and he seemed even more aimless in some ways. But
yeah. But when he came back and he decided on Penelope, he was in it to win it. Whether he should have been or not, completely, that's a question. But we talk about that in our season 3. What do you feel like we're going to need to see Benedict in this season to get in a relationship that works, to get, like, what is he going to have to either do differently, or what do you think?
The first
Dr. Isabel Morley.
Oh, stop, Kira. I think what I'm worried about is that he's going to fall into love. He's going to catch someone's eye at the masquerade ball and just instant love at first sight, yada. That will make him a changed man, and he'll go through all the trials to be with her. That's not what I want to see, though. I want him to realize that he is missing out on this part of life, that he needs to be more intentional with how he is pursuing his dating life, and that he pursues this with some seriousness, not because he has to, he's obligated, or because he just falls in love. I want to see him realize this is important to him, and he's going to put effort into it.
Yeah.
What about you?
I agree. I just, like, we haven't actually got to see a ton of Benedict besides him just carousing, right? And doing art and making out and having sex with people. So I'm excited to actually give him some real personality and see what he's got this season. Yeah.
Kira, I just had a thought.
What?
What if, and I think this isn't true because I know the books have been written and they're very traditional relationship vibe at the end.
Yeah.
What if he ends up in a serious non-monogamous relationship? I feel like that fits for him. I don't think that will be the case, but like I would love a season where he finds somebody, they develop a wonderful relationship that does not strictly follow the bounds of all the other traditional relationships.
Interesting.
Because he is a bit of a wanderer. He does need to be the artist that he is and have his dalliances.
And here's the deal, like, at the end of the day, for what we know about him as a character, I feel like Benedict very well, if he lived in real life in the early 1800s in England and he was rich and second son and everything else, could have been carousing and like literally just gone around the world studying art and making out with beautiful women and men everywhere. So it is really interesting because we just haven't, it doesn't seem like much gets his attention for more than a moment, right? For more than a moment.
That's what it is. He could do this forever, right? And some men we see are in their 50s and 60s and not married. So I need to know why now. I need to know why he's going to fall in love and settle down now.
I know. Here's what we know. So no spoilers, but this is stuff that's out everywhere. And of course, there's books. So, nothing that we're saying is going to be completely shocking to anybody. But this is very Cinderella coded because it has a masquerade theme. And you guys, if you go over to YouTube, we had masks when we were dressed up, and we had a masks when we first started and took them off because we did not want to record for an hour in masks. We would not make it in the 1800s. Of course, we would have no responsibility in the ton if we were rich and had anything better to do than wear masks and go to balls. But I even watched Ever After last night. Danny had
Wait,
never seen it.
stop. We have to do Ever After someday. What a
We'll
good
have
movie.
to, yeah, maybe we'll do it after this because I didn't know
Oh,
anything about it until I started seeing the trailers, and I was like, oh, is this Cinderella-y? Because she is a servant, I believe,
yeah,
and goes to a ball in a mask.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think there's a shoe, but it's very, very Cinderella coded. And so I watched Ever After last night, which I loved.
So good.
And I'm excited about seeing him be a little less rakish and let somebody in. Let somebody in. Because I feel like that's the big thing. I
Yeah.
don't care if, he's with somebody long term or monogamously, but we've never gotten to see him actually let somebody into his life and into his thoughts and his feelings. And I'm excited to see that because I just think
I know.
Benedict is
The bee's
amazing and
knees.
adorable.
So handsome. But it's also a good point that he is fun, he is funny, he is silly, his humor is great, right? He's the comic relief all the time, all 3 seasons. And that is like a wonderful trait in a human. And it can be a
Right.
defense to actually being
Yep.
serious and to being seen. And we see Eloise get through to him every so often and cut to his core. And actually, we see some other characters, but like only briefly. So he definitely has emotional depth and intensity that has not been fully accessed, romantically at least.
All of us do, but we just haven't seen Benedict's yet. So, what other characters are we excited to watch this season? What other love stories? I heard, and this isn't, I don't believe, a love story, but I heard we learn a lot more about Lady Danbury
Oh,
and her
backstory.
past. And so
The
I'm
man she
really
married.
excited.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah, and I guess the queen also, there's big storylines for them. So I'm really excited about that because I love both of their characters.
oh, they're fantastic.
Who else are you excited about seeing?
I think we're both pretty excited about the Violet, the Lady Bridgerton, and Mr. Anderson, which is Lady
Oh,
Danbury's brother story. Like we saw that
is it
heating
going
up.
to be a love match
Listen,
though?
her garden is growing.
Violet?
It's
Oh,
reblooming.
is it
She
blooming?
needs
It is
someone
blooming.
must tend the flowers. It's going to be him. I don't know what to say.
And I will say that it's very interesting how they ended Francesca in the
Yes.
last one, right? And because I haven't read the books, right? I am a Bridgerton fan only through the TV series. I don't know what Francesca's story is in the future. I don't know if it's John Kilmartin. And I would see her maybe track a little on the spectrum, feeling more comfortable with him because he may also be that. But at the end, did we not see her have a little spark with a woman that she met at the last moment?
Yes. I know. I feel like that's a
So I
huge.
wonder what's going to happen.
Which
Like,
I would love for her. Like I want her to find like the right relationship for sure. What I don't love though is it will feed into that she and Lord Kilmartin didn't have a passionate push and pull, crazy intense relationship they had
right,
to fight for
right.
and fight other people for, which is what Violet wants for all of her kids. And we
Yep.
see, because I rewatched it, we see Francesca say to her mom, like, I know that's what you want for all of us, but not every love has to look like that and be that crazy, which was such a good message. So I'll be bummed out if the message is it has to be this hard love that everybody fights and cries over and earns. But we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
I hope not because as a reminder to people, like when you're fighting like that, it's usually not love, right? That's a level of attachment, that's a level of unhealthy stuff, but that is not usually love.
Yeah.
But yes, Lady Bridgerton, her Violet is in bloom, and so we will see with Lord Anderson what kind of happens there, but I
Yeah,
did like him.
I
And
liked
I
him
think it's
too.
interesting because Lady Danbury doesn't necessarily like her brother that much. So, how she's going to feel about it. I feel so weird about Anthony just because Jonathan Bailey has blown the fuck up in the
I
last
know.
year,
I know.
right? So, I'm just like, it's
Is he
so
going to be in
weird.
it
Kind
though? Is he in it at all? He is?
Yes. What I am understanding in the little bit of, I did some deep dives in the last week before we recorded this, of just they get an option of whether they want to come back and visit once their season is over or not. So I believe that both Anthony and Kate, that they will be there, and I think that they'll just play background roles. And I believe that we find out that Colin and Penelope have had Lord Bridgerton, who has had a baby.
Great.
So that's happening. You're not happy about that? You're like,
honest to God, Penelope with the lying and being Lady Whistledown and betraying everybody.
I know you just watched season 3 too, right? So
she never recovered in my eyes. And I don't know if she ever could. That degree of betrayal. If they're happy, great. That's fine. You know what? I'm going to say something and then I'm going to call you out for something.
Okay. No, you're not. But
yes,
okay, go ahead.
I would love it if Lord Debling came back. I'm just gonna say it.
Did I not leave a message for you as I was rewatching season 3 going? Now that I'm like stepping back, I love Lord Debling. And oh my God, I might be saying this, but like I honestly think him and Cressida probably could have like figured something out.
Wait, and this is what I'm gonna call you out, because I see on here on our little thing you wrote, Izzy's probably excited to see Cressida again and watch her love story. Yes, I am, bitch. Yes, I am excited. I feel so bad for her. She's a monster, but like the world has been hard to her. And also rewatching 3 seasons in a row and seeing how these Bridgerton, Featherton women just fuck her over repeatedly. At every opportunity, she like almost gets a prince. She almost gets Lord Debling. They swoop in, pull the men away, and then drop the men and go pick somebody else. So she's like a terrible person and she does bad things, makes bad choices. I'm not excusing any of that, but good Lord, somebody help this woman.
I wish you could be there. I think it would just be a start if she turned out to be nice or kind. That would be a great place to start. Right. And Cressida's, you're right. If you were to look back without any emotions, like the Bridgertons have shit all over people every single season. Oh, they like this person. Nope, they like that one. Nope. Okay, we're going to choose this one. Like, it's a thing. It's for sure a thing. And I can understand, but I do not think that Cressida does herself any favors.
She doesn't.
That's what I will. What I will say.
She's mean. She's mean to people. She missteps at every turn. And when she is trying to secure a partner, a husband, she's dishonest. She's not authentic about who she is. We see like a glimmer with Lord Debling at one moment, but yeah, you're right. She does herself no favors. But maybe she's gone at this point. Maybe we won't see her again. I don't know.
Wow. I haven't even thought about that because Cressida's always there, right? She's always a part of it. But just making snide comments in the background of what she does. So with her big hair and her like absolutely humongous shoulders, I would love to see at some point something happen for Cressida, like something real. I feel like they could definitely do a storyline with some growth for her and evolution for her, because I do think like her friendship with Eloise last season was growth. It had real moments. And I think Eloise also has some growing up to do. Yeah. Quite a bit. Like Eloise continues to be with Benedict like my favorite character, because she's just what I want to picture I would probably be, which is a little bit like, fuck all y'all with this shit.
I'm here, but I'm not.
But what a gift for her and for them to have money and titles to be able to do that. Because if we start looking outside the ton in early 1800s England, there's so much
people aren't doing
poverty, and we're looking at the nice parts of England. But anything else that we really hope to see this season? I think that they go to a cottage, and now everybody's, let's go to the cottage. I'm coming to the cottage. I think there is a cottage in this. I love the crossover on that. And it just, I don't know. I'm just excited to see where they're going to take it. And I just like Benedict so much. I'm really excited for him to get to have something.
Let me say one final thought, which is I'm not sure how the Lady Whistledown is going to play into it anymore now that it's all been exposed.
Oh,
is she still going to write? We all know who she is. This feels like a conflict of interest a little bit here. Like nobody will talk to her ever again if she keeps publishing. Everyone's
as she has been, right? I have no idea.
okay.
I don't know, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. And it's a lovely escape in the world that we have right now. I love that although it's a weird time that they're really putting out series like Heated Rev and Bridgerton to keep us a little distracted. Yeah.
Agreed.
So guys, you can join us. Like we said, head over to romcomrescue.com. Right there is Bridgerton. Click it. That is Bridgerton Central. You can get on our list so that you don't miss any of the updates, silliness, everything else, or episodes. And you can also follow us on Instagram, where we will be daily with Bridgerton updates.
And of course, listen to episodes every Wednesday. They'll be coming out for the next 6 weeks. Is that right?
5 weeks? 5 weeks. Yes.
Coming out for the next 5 weeks. On Instagram, look out for our polls with our questions. Keep an eye out for all of our games and check out bingo. Like, there's be so much stuff. So make sure you're following and participating as much as you want to. We would love to have everybody chiming in. And
as you watch the season, a couple of things from us to look for. Notice when you're swooning. What's happening? Why are you excited? Like, notice when you're anxious.
Notice when you're projecting and putting your own stuff onto other people. Notice when something feels like really wonderful, beautiful, romantic, or when something feels off. Just your intuitive sense that something feels off.
And it's going to be very interesting for me because I love to talk about power and power struggles and power imbalances, with Benedict being
in power, essentially.
In power, yeah. And she is legitimately a servant, and how that will play in the relationship and how that will feel. So yeah. I don't know, but I'm excited to find out, guys. But that's our wrap on our Bridgerton Pre-Game episode. We have revisited some past seasons, aired our hopes and concerns, and officially set the table for what's to come.
Now it is your turn. What are you most excited about this season? Are you ready for Benedict's glow up? Are you all about the masquerade energy like we are? Are you super excited for a love story that actually goes a little bit deeper?
Head on over to Instagram. Make sure you vote in our polls. Slide into our DMs with your boldest predictions and spiciest theories. And Lady Whistledown would expect nothing less.
And next week, the real watching begins. I'm so excited as we kick off episode 1 of our weekly Bridgerton breakdown. So we're going to look at love lessons, red flags, nervous system notes, you name it, we're going to do it.
And make sure you're following, subscribe, and sharing the show with your fellow members of the ton. It truly helps us keep bringing the tea and the truth. Because at the end of the day,
we believe we create our own happily ever after.
And we'll meet you in the ton.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
we believe we make our own happily ever afters. And we'll meet you at the ton.